It sounds like what you're saying, Dr. Weir, is you're making the case for mandated masks, and then his question to me was, do I have the power to mandate masks? So why don't you take your part of the question, and then I'll take mine.
Sure. So a really important concept in any kind of risk analysis field is that risk can never be zero. You can have as low of a risk as possible, and you can get really, really close to it. But you can't actually zero out a risk. The virus is in our environment. And so whenever we open up the economy, the virus is going to be in our environment to some extent. Waiting out for the concept behind stay-at-home directives was to prevent the surge from getting to a specific level that could overburden our medical system. The intent wasn't to eradicate the virus by starving it of people. That would take a very long time for any virus. And so it is important to note that when we open things up, and Dr. Acton and Governor DeWine, you yourself as well, being honest with everyone and saying that there are going to be cases as this moves forward, it's also a residual of it may not be related directly to the opening that those or that particular case occurred. Their incubation period of the virus in them could have actually just been a little bit longer than what we typically are running into. So there is a bit of uncertainty on whether or not it's because of the opening. And then once the opening has happened for long enough, then cases that develop because of that are attributable to people being able to move around. But it's a really important thing to think about is that your risk can never be zero. You just need to do everything in your power to minimize it as much as possible. And then your neighbor has to do everything in their power to minimize as much as possible. And it's this collective effect. You build up more of a barrier the more people who take the responsibility and the agency to be able to protect themselves however they can.
And I would just add to that, to answer your question, I think the more that we all are able to do to protect each other, the faster we're going to be able to open up the economy. And I think there's a direct relationship there between what we're going to be able to do, what we do, and how fast we can move things forward.